Hi everyone, good to see you again all. I hope you all will be fine. Please check Iraq latest news updates. Prime Minister Mohammed Shiaa Al-Sudani has led a meeting to discuss and monitor progress on the implementation of the Unified Treasury Account. The meeting also focused on the continued rollout of electronic payment points (POS) and explored potential incentives for citizens to encourage electronic payments. During the meeting, comprehensive updates were presented regarding the actions taken in this regard, progress made, and the requirements for further advancements. The Prime Minister stressed the importance of ongoing meetings with technical experts and specialists to overcome any obstacles. He emphasized that these steps are among the most significant measures in the government's financial, banking, and economic reform agenda, which remains a top priority. And improving plant and equipment reliability. Oil and gas. Middle East. Iraq plans to build gas pipeline to Europe. Iraq aims to bolster its economic prospects by facilitating the transportation of both gas and goods to international markets. Iraq, a prominent OPEC oil producer, is contemplating the construction of a gas pipeline connecting to Europe as a component of its multi-billion-dollar project, which also involves the establishment of a rail link to Turkey. Yunus Al-Karbi, director of the General Company for Rail in Iraq, revealed this development, stating that several global companies have expressed keen interest in both the rail and gas line ventures, particularly as the designs for Phase 1 of the rail network have already been finalized. Iraq's gas pipeline to Europe. The proposed rail and gas line projects have the potential to extend their reach to Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, and European destinations. Karbi stated that in addition to the rail project, there is a proposal to construct a pipeline for transporting Iraqi gas to the European market. Phase 1 designs for this have already been prepared by an Italian firm. A recent report from the Iraqi Transport Ministry estimated the overall cost of the project, which encompasses the construction of a 1,200-kilometer rail and motorway network from southern Iraq to the northern border with Turkey, to be approximately $17 billion. Iraq aims to bolster its economic prospects by facilitating the transportation of both gas and goods to international markets, potentially ushering in a new era of economic development and connectivity for the nation. And Iraq will require that all transactions inside the country are made using the Iraqi dinar from 2024, and not the US dollar. Statement from the Central Bank of Iraq (CBI). In a significant development, the Central Bank of Iraq, under the leadership of Mr. Ali Mohsen Al-Alik, has revealed its plan to cease external transfers in the coming year, opting instead to rely on correspondent banks for international transactions. Currently, 60% of transfers, excluding those on the central bank's electronic platform, are processed through correspondent banks, with an impressive execution rate exceeding 95%. This decision stems from an agreement reached between Iraq's central bank and the U.S. Federal Reserve, aligning with the standard global practice of central banks focusing on oversight rather than executing financial transactions. During a meeting with the leaders and managing directors of accredited banks in Iraq, Mr. Al-Alik emphasized the central bank's commitment to establishing direct communication channels between Iraqi banks and their foreign counterparts for correspondent banking, trade, and other financial operations, including transactions in multiple currencies such as the UAE dirham, Turkish lira, Indian rupee, and euro. Furthermore, it was noted that the upcoming year will witness a transition of all domestic and non-travel-related trade transactions to the Iraqi dinar, with the exception of those intended for travelers. The significant participation of most traders in official transfer channels, acquiring dollars at a rate of 1,320 dinars, has directly contributed to price control and the reduction of inflation. Inflation reduction is a critical indicator of the effectiveness of monetary policy. It is worth noting that the black market exchange rate, being linked to cash dollar transactions for non-legitimate purposes, is not a suitable benchmark for legitimate trade. Al-Alik underscored that the new system for external transfers and dollar sales offers risk protection for all parties involved. It has gained international recognition and aligns with anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing regulations, fostering essential direct relationships between Iraqi banks and internationally accredited financial institutions. During the meeting, discussions also centered on the establishment of a leading bank and its societal significance, aligning with the directives and vision of the respected Prime Minister. Contributions from banks in the establishment of this institution, designed to serve as a gateway for individuals seeking to initiate small-scale production and commercial projects, are expected to contribute to local economic development and unemployment reduction, with direct support from the central bank. And Iraqi Airways announced on Tuesday the resumption of direct flights between Baghdad and Moscow, starting next Saturday. Iraq's national carrier mentioned in a statement that it will start operating 2 flights a week starting September 30, according to the Iraqi news agency INA. Iraqi Airways currently serves more than 50 destinations from Baghdad and is expanding and renewing its fleet to support the anticipated increase in international business and leisure travel to and from the country, according to Business Traveler News. The Director General of Iraqi Airways, Manaf Abdul Monem, stated in July that the successive arrival of the new planes during the coming 5 years will be accompanied by the operation of flights to new destinations to cover the world. Abdul Monem explained that the company plans to operate flights to Oman, Indonesia, Malaysia and China. Iraqi Airways had signed a contract with Boeing to purchase 26 planes, including 10,787 Dreamliners. Iraqi Airways received the first of 10 planes ordered from the aircraft industry company to profitably develop its network and connect Iraq to more international destinations. Iraq's national carrier is working on developing its fleet because, according to reports, air traffic in the Middle East is witnessing a more than 40% increase compared to 2022. Thanks, take care.